Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 16th of March. With Robert Murray McShane, today we read the second chapter of Paul's letter to the Galatians. In it, he looks at the relationship between the Old Testament covenant and law and the gospel. And basically he says the gospel supplants the law. And I'm struck by the final verse where he writes, "I do not set aside the grace of God, for if righteousness could be gained through the law, Christ died for nothing." In other words, the law cannot make us righteous. It can make us better, it can help us to live life well, but it cannot make us fully righteous with God. We are saved by grace through faith. And that's the fundamental position of the Christian faith. The law is there as a mirror, not as a ladder. It shows us our need. It doesn't help us to get into heaven. And when we think of other religions and our relationship with them, this is one of the fundamental verses we have. If other religions, no matter how wonderful they are, were actually a valid way of getting into heaven, Christ died for nothing. All that we needed was a prophet to come and say, "Oh, look at what that religion's doing, copy them, do what they're doing, and you're home and dry." But that was not the case. And this isn't to say that other religions are worthless. There are many, many wonderful aspects, and I know people of other faiths are wonderful people. But no matter how wonderful, they never get to be fully righteous. They never get a way into heaven. The only way they're going to get into heaven is through Christ. And we need to remember that. As Christians, we say we are saved by grace through faith. And that is the core truth of the gospel. If there was some other way to get into heaven, if there was some other keeping of law or sacrifices offered or going on pilgrimage or meditating or doing certain works of righteousness or wearing certain clothes or whatever there might possibly be, if that could actually get us into heaven, then there's no point for Jesus to die. But the reason Jesus came is there was no other way to get into heaven for us to be made righteous. Jesus had to come as the Lamb of God and open the way for us. We need to stand on that and believe it and trust it and live it, knowing that we are saved by grace through faith. Be blessed.